On today's lesson, we're going to discuss about operators in Python. So, ano ba yung operators na tinatawag natin? And ano yung purpose niya with regards to Python programming language? So basically, operators are just symbols that tells Python interpreter to do some mathematical or logical operations. Okay, so yun yung ibig sabihin ng operator and we're going to discuss that today. Okay, subukan natin tingnan itong isang simpleng expression that involves operators. So dito, makikita natin na meron tayong expression na 3 times 2. And based from the previous discussion, na-discuss natin and na-explain din natin na ang expression can be from the result of operations. So ito na nga yung nag-i-involves ng operators and operands. So in this expression, makikita natin na in its anatomy, makikita natin na it involves two operands, yung nasa kaliwa tapos nandun sa kanan. Tapos in between them is makikita natin yung operator. And ang operator na ginamit dito is yung multiplication. It simply tells us na i-multiply yung 3 dun sa 2. Okay? So, itong operation na to, itong expression na to, yung operator na multiplication is yung tinatawag nating binary operator. Bakit? Kasi it involves two operands. Meron din naman tayong tinatawag na unary operator. Kung merong binary, meron namang unary. So, ibig sabihin nun iisa. So, dito, meron pa rin tayong operator. Makikita natin yung minus sign. And makikita natin yung operand na 5. So, itong expression na to, this is still an expression. It is a result of a mathematical operation. Kaya isa pa rin siyang expression. Kaya lang ito, ang ginamit lang natin, ang operator natin is nag-operate lang sa isang operand. But basically, siya ay isa pa rin mathematical operation, isa pa rin siyang expression. So, dito, ang pagkakaiba lang ay it involves only one operand. Kaya tinawag siyang unary operators. So, meron mga mathematical operators na pwede natin gamitin as binary and unary operator at the same time depending kung paano sinusulat ang isang expression. Take for example, itong 7 minus 2, yung dash sign, yung minus sign represents subtraction mathematical operator. And dun sa second bullet, makikita natin yung dash 7 or minus 7 or negative 7. Still, same symbol siya, pero ang indication niya is gagawin niyang negative yung number. And you can use unary and binary operator sa isang expression. Take for example, negative 7 minus 2, that is a valid expression sa Python. Okay? So, yun yung operation, yung operators and operand, as well as yung unary and yung binary operator. Now, moving on, subukan naman na natin i-discuss yung arithmetic operators. So there are many operators in Python and we're going to discuss that later in this course. But for now, we're going to start at the very basic. Ang una natin i-discuss is yung arithmetic operator sa Python. So there are 8 arithmetic operators in Python. And I'm pretty sure majority dito is na-discuss na on the prior meetings, prior discussion nyo sa programming language, yung elementary days ninyo, yung high school days ninyo. This is quite basic and very easy to use. And for sure, madali nyo siyang maintindihan. Ang i-discuss natin dito, probably yung, kung hindi lahat sa inyo is na-discuss na is yung modulo, yung floor division, tapos yung exponential or exponent dito sa Python. So to make this a little bit easy to explain, let's fire up the interpreter para makapagsimula na tayo makapag-discuss. Okay, so nandito na ako sa aking interpreter. And what I'm going to do is we're going to execute some expression gamit yung mathematical operator natin. So pinaka-basic is yung addition, represented by the plus sign. 3 plus 4 is equivalent to 7. Another one is meron tayong subtraction. 8 minus 3 is equivalent to 5. Okay, this is just simple mathematical operation. And pwede rin tayong gumamit ng unary operator as we discussed kanina. So, negative 9 minus 3 is equivalent to negative 12. Kapag ginawa naman natin negative 9 plus 3, ang sagot ay negative 6. Okay? So, given the concept of negative sign combining with a positive number, ganyan yung naging result. So, nai-interpret din ng Python. So, we have a simple multiplication, kagaya nito. 3 times 2 is equivalent to 6. And subukan naman natin i-discuss yung division. So, yung division class is quite tricky kasi dun sa lumang version ng Python, kapag nag-divide ka ng number na parehong integer, yung data type nung parehong operand, ang result nun is integer pa rin. So, nagbago yun nung nagkaroon na ng Python version na 3. So, nung Python 3, nag-gain ang result na ng division is laging float. So, take note, nung previous version ng Python, ang result ng division ng parehong integer is always result to n. So, sa lumang version ng Python, kapag dinivide ninyo yung 3 sa 2, kasi pareho siyang integer, ang sagot dyan ay 1. Pero since nandito na tayo sa bagong version ng Python, nasa Python 3.9 na tayo, ang makikita natin dito is float. So, 3 divided by 2 automatically is float na sa bagong version ng Python. Okay? Ang sunod natin i-discuss is yung modulus operator. So, ang modulus operator, ang ginagawa naman niya is kinukuha niya yung remainder. So, take for example, 5 modulus 2. So, ang sagot dyan is 1. Kasi, kapag dinivide natin yung 5 dun sa 2, ang sagot ay 2, remainder 1. So, since ang modulus, kinukuha niya yung remainder, so the answer is 1. Subukan naman natin ng iba pang example. So, 10 modulo 3 is equivalent to 1. Kasi 10 divided by 3 is 3, remainder 1. Paano naman kung 10 modulo 2? So, 10 modulo 2, kapag dinivide natin yan, ang sagot ay 5, remainder 0. So, ang sagot dito ay 0. So, pakitandaan, ang modulus, ang kinukuha niya ay yung remainder. Now, moving on, another operators that involves division is yung namang tinatawag nating floor division. So, ang pagkakaiba niya, doon sa conventional na division, ang kinukuha niya is yung whole number. So, yung whole number, yung kinukuha niya. So, kung sakaling merong decimal places, tinatanggal niya yung decimal places, excluded yun dun sa result. So, take for example, we have 9 divided by 2, or floor division 2. Ang sagot dito ay 4. So, instead na 4.5, ang sagot is 4. So, tinanggal niya yung decimal places na 0.5. Now, ang sagot lagi dito ay whole number even though ang data type niya is floating point. So, kapag nilagay natin yung 9.0, so 9.0 is a float, so magre-result na to sa float. Kapag nilagay natin yung 2, so ang sagot dito is 4.0. So, na-indicate yung data type na float, even though, kagaya pa rin nung nandun sa una na nasa taas na operator, makikita natin na yung 0.5 is nawala. Float nga siya pero wala yung decimal places. Yun nga palang floor division is indicated by 2 slash sign. Yun namang conventional na division natin is isang slash lang. Last but not the least is didiscuss naman natin yung exponential. So exponential is ibig sabihin i-erase lang niya dun sa power ng second operand. So take for example 2 raised to the power of 3, indicated yan ng dalawang asterisk. So, ang sagot dyan is 8. Kasi 2 times 2 times 2 is equivalent to 8. So, yun yung exponential operator. So, sunod naman natin, subukan naman natin, meron tayong konting dilema. Paano naman kapag kinumbine na natin yung operator para makapagbuo ng isang expression? So take for example, meron tayong ganitong klaseng expression. So it is composed of addition and multiplication. So nag-i-involve ng dalawang operators itong expression na to. So ang dilemma natin is kung ano ba yung mauuna. Mauuna bang 8 plus yung 2 plus 3 o kaya mauunang i-multiply yung 3 plus 4? Kasi kung mauunang i-multiply yung 2 plus 3 bago siya i-multiply sa 4, ang magiging sagot dyan, 2 plus 3 is 5 times 4, ang sagot ay 20. Samantalang kung ang mauuna naman is yung multiplication muna, i-multiply muna yung 3 dun sa 4 bago ipa-plus yung 2, ang magiging sagot dyan, 3 times 4 is 12, tapos saka natin ipa-plus yung 2, magiging sagot ay 14. So kung mapapansin niyo magkaiba, di ba? So magkaiba kapag nauna yung division at magkaiba rin yung result kapag nauna yung addition. So malaki yung difference. So, ano yung magiging sagot dito sa dilemma natin ngayon? Dito na pumapasok yung tinatawag nating precedence. So, yung tinatawag nating precedence is simply rules that Python follows to determine which operators comes first or kung alin unang muna yung mape-perform, kagaya dun sa nakita nating operators kanina. So looking at this precedence table, makikita natin na nandito yung mga operators na ginagamit na commonly ginagamit. So ito is yung simplified version ng precedence table. Actually, there are many operators pa with regards to Python na hindi natin i-cover, such as yung bitwise operator. Kaya ito na lang muna yung pinipresent ko sa inyo. Either way, it constitute to the most common operators na ginagamit sa Python, and I think this is very comprehensive para magamit natin siya in our learning with regards sa Python programming language. So dito makikita natin yung operators lined up simula sa taas dun sa pinakababa. And yung pinakamataas, yung nasa taas ng table is considered as yung pinakamauna. So ang pinakamauna is yung asterisk at ang pinakahuli is yung logical operator. Now, checking on the code we have, kapag tinignan natin, it involves addition and multiplication, di ba? And looking at the precedence table, mauuna yung multiplication kaysa sa addition. So, ibig sabihin, kapag bumalik tayo dito sa Python interpreter natin, mauuna yung multiplication kaysa sa addition. So, ibig sabihin, ang sagot dito is 14. So, 3 times 4 is 12 plus 2 is equivalent to 14. So, yun yung sagot dun sa precedence operator. Now, subukan naman natin dito sa isa pa. Lagay pa tayo ng panibagong expression. 3 times 3 raised to the power of 2. Okay? So, it involves different operations na naman. Ngayon, tingnan natin sa precedence table kung sino yung mauna. So, mauna yung exponential bago yung multiplication. So, ang mangyayari is magkakaroon muna ng exponential operation. So, 3 raised to the power of 2 is 9 times 3. Ang sagot ay 27. Okay? So, yan yung precedence table. So, ang tanong, paano naman kapag magkakasing level yung operation? So, take for example, 3 plus 2 minus 3. Ano yung magiging sagot dito? So, kapag tinignan natin sa precedence table, ang addition at subtraction is magkasing level. So, alin ang mauna dito? 3 plus 2 ba or 2 minus 3? So, dito kapag magkasing level ang evaluation or ang pag-evaluate is from left to right. So, mauna yung nasa kaliwa papunta dun sa kanan. So, mangyayari dito is 3 plus 2 is equivalent to 5 minus 3. Ang sagot pa rin is 2. So, kapag magkasing level, ang evaluation is from left to right. So, it is good to note na din na on this table, makikita nyo mayroon ditong unary plus and unary minus, tapos nandito din yung addition and subtraction. And mauna yung unary plus at unary minus kesa dun sa addition and subtraction. Kasi sinabi natin na there are binary operators and there are unary operators. Okay? So, kung sakaling naguguluhan pa rin kayo with regards to the precedence, I suggest you explicitly write your operation. So, paano natin explicitly magagawa yung mga operators natin? So, when in doubt, dun sa precedence, mas maganda na gumamit na kayo ng parenthesis kasi yung parenthesis ang laging nauna. So, take for example, dun sa operation na ginawa natin kanina. For example, dun sa 2 plus 3 times 2. So, paano kung gusto natin na mauna talaga yung 2 plus 3 kesa mauna yung 3 plus 3 times 4? So, dapat gumamit tayo ng parenthesis dito. Kasi yung parenthesis ang laging nauna. So, ang sagot na dito, mauna yung 3 plus 3 at 2 plus 3. So, that will be 5 times 4. Ang sagot na is 20. Okay. So, hindi na 14 kagaya nung nauna dun sa taas. Okay. So, yan. So, as you go along, maiintindihan nyo at marirealize nyo kung paano gamitin yung precedence table. But for now, for you to understand and for you to be familiar with mathematical operator, I suggest you practice, and kapag nahihirapan pa din kayo, you explicitly define your expression by using parentheses. Okay? Next meeting, we're going to discuss relational operation.